Hello again. Can you notice that this road is always straight? You know why? This was all carefully planned by Francesco Laparelli, a military architect sent by the Pope after the Great Siege of 1565. He worked alongside Maltese architect Guillermo Cassar under the commission of the Knights of St. John. And here is why their design still shapes Valletta today. Firstly, they designed Valletta in a strict grid layout, with straight streets like this one, Republic Street, to allow soldiers to move quickly and defend the city with clear lines of sight. Then there are the wide, straight roads, which improved airflow. This helped keep the city cooler and more hygienic, a smart move in Malta's hot climate. Originally, this street was called Strada San Giorgio, which was built as the city's main axis, running from the city gate to Fort St. Elmo. The entire plan followed Renaissance idea of symmetry, logic, and straight, reflecting the knight's vision of a modern and powerful capital, executed by Laparelli and brought to life by Cassar. I could not show you this, but on one of the left turns you'll find St. John's Cathedral, also designed by Guillermo Cassar between 1573 and 1578, with a plain fortress-like look that matches the serious mood after the Great Siege. Its simple outside is a total contrast to the rich, golden interior hidden inside. Alright, so now let's head further along Republic Street. As you can notice, shops like souvenir stores, pharmacies, clothing boutique, ice cream shops, game stores, cafes, and restaurants have been lining the streets non-stop since we entered. This building here is one of the two main courts in Malta. This one stands on the side of the Burj d'Avignon, which was originally built in the 1570s as the residence for the Knights of the Order of St. John from the Long of Avignon. Over time, this auberge was converted into Malta's main courthouse in the 19th century under the British rule. However, during World War II, the building was heavily damaged by the aerial bombing in 1941. After the war, it was demolished and replaced by the current neoclassical structure designed by Joe Tonna and completed in 1971. This is the bust of Pope Pius V. This pope was one of the major benefactors to build Valletta. He also sent his personal architect, Francesco Laparelli, to Malta to design the city and founded its first parish, that is Our Lady of Fair Heavens. These red telephone booths you see in the streets of Valletta, sometimes in Gozo and Dimdina, bear witness to the British government in Malta. This is the entrance to St. John's Cathedral Museum, which is located as you see on the side of the building. The main door of the cathedral that I showed you before is mainly used for religious services. Inside this cathedral, visitors can admire stunning Baroque art, including the famous Caravaggio paintings and richly decorated chapels. This is the Great Siege Monument. This monument, work of a well-known Maltese sculptor Antonio Shortino, was inaugurated in 1927 to commemorate the victims of the Great Siege of 1565. These three figures represent faith, civilization, and valor. These photos around the monument and in front of the Court of Justice are of Daphne Caruana Galizia, who was an investigative journalist and blogger who extensively exposed high-level political corruption. She was tragically killed by a car bomb in October 2017, and after a high-profile trial in June 2025, 2 men were sentenced to life in prison for supplying the explosives.
Wow, yun dapat.
This monument is of Guido de Marco, who served as president of Malta. This bronze sculpture was created by Guido de Marco with an outstretching hand for a handshake and holding his autobiography, symbolizing his commitment to dialogue with public service. That's the end of part 2 about Republic Street. Like and comment if you love to see more about it.